All right, we have West Virginia head coach Mark Kellogg. We're gonna do question by question, so if you guys could raise your hands and then I'll get to you. All right, we're gonna start with Ron.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Ron, how we doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, bud?
Couldn't be better. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Very, very good to see you. Um, is Jordan ready to take and become her team, ready to take over and have this her team?
She better be. We don't have any other option. No, she's ready. Yeah, she's prepared her, really her whole career, but she also really, it was her team last year, like from the voice and leadership and the point guard position. So she really had it. I know JJ got a ton of attention and rightfully so. But JJ was a little on the quieter side. So from the vocal side and Jordan being the predominant point guard, she's certainly ready and capable.
Mark, back-to-back 25-win seasons. What's the intangible to get you over that and get past the second round?
Yeah, great question. We've evaluated it every year we've been here, did it again in the off season to really find out, what is that difference? And we went down from the analytic, company that we use and really tried to do a deep dive into the Sweet 16 and Elite Eight teams and what's separating us from doing that. And we found a few things, mostly, from the basketball standpoint anyway. Continue to add talent is always one of those, but from like on the court, we need to shoot the three at a higher rate. We were, I think, 5 percentage points lower than every team that made the Sweet 16. Defensively, we need to control the paint and rebounding a little bit more. So we tried to address some rebounding, in the portal. And so I think there was a plan. Now, have we achieved it or not? I mean, who knows? We're going to figure that out as the year goes. But we did try to address a few of those areas to see if we can't kind of solidify some of the things we didn't do quite as well.
One final
Okay,
question for me. Do you tweak your offense then? Did you have to tweak some of that?
A little bit. It's still kind of a ball screen and some motion. A lot of our offense was from our defense anyway, and the amount of turnovers, but I don't know that we'll force quite as many turnovers as we have in the past, even though that will be our identity. That was, we were at an elite level. We'll still be really good on that end. Maybe that's not quite the same. So yeah, we tweaked a little bit, but nothing like you wouldn't, to the naked eye, you might not even notice.
okay, Kevin.
Coach, exhibition game feels about like halfway between in terms of intensity, practice kind of thing between the closed scrimmage and the regular season game. So, how do you approach that? Do you talk to Fairmont State's coach a little bit and each of you give the other a little bit, or is it more like a real game for you?
That's a good question. I really, honestly, I don't know if I've ever played an exhibition from this side of it. Typically, I've always been a secret scrimmage guy to get a little more done, maybe do a little more. I have not talked to Stephanie yet. We may talk. I mean, I don't have any reason necessarily not to, but we will treat it as the trial run, I guess, and we'll go through our, the prep leading up to, and we'll get to put on the uniforms and we'll run out and get the new kids the feel of what it's like to play at Hope Coliseum. So we'll go through it all. And the goal's still to win. And now you foul out, though, I guess, in these types of games. Where in the secret scrimmage, you don't. You can just keep racking up fouls. So it will feel a little more game-like for us for sure than anything we've done up to date.
Are there one or two things that you're really excited, anxious, whatever, to find out to see how your team reacts?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's probably more than a couple. We were just even from the secret scrimmage that we did last weekend, we learned a ton. Every time we take the floor, we're going to learn a little bit more about our group. And then some of it is just we have 6 new kids, and when the lights come on, I want to see kind of how they respond and how they play. And I want them to feel again like what it's like at the Coliseum to play and play in front of that crowd. And we had such a great home court advantage last year that this kind of gives us the first crack at starting that again.
Any other questions? Cody?
Hey, Mark. So what you just said about kind of scouting the Sweet 16 and Elite Eight teams, how do you balance I guess becoming more like them while also like you don't just want to upend everything that you do so well and that has worked in your career?
Yeah, and it's not so much about changing a ton of what we do. You're literally talking about very small percentages here and there. I mean, like so small when you look at it. The difference between if you were, 35th in the country versus in the top 16 is so minuscule. Some of it maybe wasn't. Maybe it was just a bad night. When you're talking about Sweet 16 versus where we were in the round of 32, and we led in the third quarter on the road at North Carolina, like we weren't very far off. So you're talking about some very small variances in what we were trying to do 2 years ago against, Caitlin Clark in Iowa. I mean, we are tied, I think, right, with a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go. So it's very, very small. But I think you're just, as a coach, you're always trying to find, another variable that you can improve upon, or a variance, or any fine line that we can improve upon to make our team better and to get over. I don't know if you call it a hump, but just trying to get to a Sweet 16 would be elite, and really just the second time in our school's history. And that would be pretty neat for our team and our staff.
Do you have a question, Mark?
Oh yeah, Mark, we just talked to Mimi. She said she said she's not scared to guard any fours or fives, I guess in the country, but just obviously there's some good ones in the league. How important is that part of her game going to be for you guys this year?
Yeah. Well, Mimi's not scared of much of anything, so I'm not surprised she would say that. But yeah, no, she's going to have to. She's going to guard different types of players. There may be some that are bigger, and she's a pretty strong kid, but that may have some size advantage on her. She may guard some that are more guard-like and play more on the perimeter. She will be a matchup problem, I think, for a lot of teams because of her versatility and her skill set. So that's going to be fun to watch her kind of grow and develop as we get going. But just continue to challenge her. She's playing at a different level every night now. She had success in some of her Power Four games when she was at Norfolk, but that's not every night. And now you get it every night in a league like this. So she'll have to be as consistent as she's ever been, but we will rely on her for a lot of points and a lot of rebounds this season.
Okay, we have time for one more question if anyone wants it.
Just a quick comment. Hey, Mark, give my best to JC and Ren for me.
I will do that. Yeah, no doubt.
All right,
Thanks, everybody.